Hello darlings, I have here a treasure of mine I want to share with you today. This is a journal that I have been savoring for a long time, but I realized I have not shown it to you. It's basically just like Forever After journal, but in shades of dusty pinks and lilacs. I have hand dyed all the laces and silks and papers in it, and it's completely handmade, hand stitched. Okay, it's I have stitched something with my machine, but you know, handmade a treasure of a book. It's really a thick one, as you can see, and made with love, of course. I love how it looks, don't you think, too? And there are no words. I love the coloring so much, because it's my favorite color on earth. It's the same color as my Laura Ashley wallpaper with peonies on it in dusty purple, and I adore it. It has a velvet inner cover made from my old shirt, and a lot of beds and burls I have stitched in there. For example, here are some seed beds and a crystal and a burl, sea burl nugget, and there is even this tiny little small hand painted clay bed with a hint of gold in it. I love it. And as I said, all the laces and silks are hand dyed by me for this journal. There is a Swarovski pearl in there, and another one, and also the Parisian Ingress pastel paper that I want to use the highest quality archive artist paper. Is magnificent for dyeing purposes. Here's a tiny little sea burl nugget and silks and crystals. I want to the journal to look luscious, both in here and here, where you can see it. It's not that gorgeous from seeing upside down, but you don't usually look a book from this angle. You look it from this angle and a bit from this, and when you kind of read it, you will see this one too. And so that's why I have been adding so much layers beneath the book too. This was a crystal. Then there is this glass bed and more velvet and a bit of beds in there too, and pockets. Here's lavender. Can you smell it? The beauty of you is how you wear who you are. This is filled with things I love, which is, for example, this painting. I had a tiny little replica of it a round one, oval one, on my room when I was a little girl. I love stitching, and I'm have been born in Pori, Pori, in Finland. So and here's tiny little clasp bit, and this luscious velvet. And what we have in here, book post, bookmark. I do adore books. And violets. And this is my favorite vintage cabinet photo. And here are some wonderful things too. Life is a life in full bloom. There is a charm in there, and I have stitched a silk flower with silk ribbon in there. Both dyed in the mix. And another sea nugget pearl. And even as a simple thing as cheesecloth, or actually I don't think this can be called cheesecloth, it's just thick, or either cheesecloth or thin cotton fabric. But it looks gorgeous when you have dyed it and ripped and stitched it in place. There is a Prima moccasin, well, crystal charm maybe, with silk. And more silk and more silk and more silk. And this is from a vintage airdrop earring, teardrop earring. Sorry, this is from a vintage tablecloth. And again, all the ribbons are actually silk. Or velvet in this case, but silk. And there is even a tiny little Madonna charm in there. And what do we have here? Lavender. She was proof that broken things can still be beautiful. And a bit more sea nugget pearls and crystals. And I always enjoy adding as much details and tiny little things on the pages. They make the journey throughout the book so wonderful. There is rose quartz in there. I don't remember now what rose quartz symbolizes, but something lovely. Into the garden I fly. She wears stars in her hair and moon in her heart. And lavender. And Swarovski pearls, crystals, rose quartz, and vintage bed. Sorry, you can't see. Vintage beds from vintage jewelry pieces. Actually, all the these are prints that I have. All the ephemera are prints that I have glued on top of scrapbook paper and distressed all the edges with distress ink, so that they are really sturdy ones and durable. And it means that I have left these open. You should, when you come to this page, you should be able to you know, see the luscious bow and then open it to see what's beneath. So I have made them really sturdy so they will stand time. Land of the Midnight Sun. And I adore the idea of adding a clasp bird here. I love the idea of someone filling the pages with beautiful memories someday. Swarovski pearl and silks and so on, and here is a tiny, actually not even that tiny, drop bird pearl that looks like it's a flower, but a vintage bit. And what we have here and more silk, and there should be, yes, there's tiny beds here and there. Now I closed this one so that it looks like it should look. Okay, and bloom where you are planted. And here it is, and here it was. That was it. Another bed in here too. Quite enormous bunch of dreams in here. Wider than my hand, actually. So it's for me this, as you know, is the best part. And in the cover, I don't think if you can see that I have stitched dozens of tiny little clasp beads, and there are some crystals too. And well, yeah, no, there are not. There are not any seedbirds in there, and this is from a vintage jewelry piece too, where I have attached this tassel. So here, personal treasure of mine. I think this actually comes to this. This is one that has taken me some months to create, from, you know, dyeing all the silks and ribbons and stitching each stitch with love, and it was so worth it. And I hope you get inspired of it too. It doesn't even have a name. I need to give her a name someday, but I hope you loved her too. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon again. Bye bye.